Hello, in this video we will explain the membership operators in Python. Okay, so Python membership operators, what they do, they test for membership in a sequence. Okay, so what type of sequence? Well, we saw the sequence before, we talked about them. A sequence could be a string, list, or a tuples. Okay, so you are trying to test it if this object or this variable, is it a member of this sequence that I have? Yeah, or not. So the result is going to be either true or false. What are these operators? We have two membership operators, okay? We have the n and not n, okay? So let's see what's the difference between n and not n. N is going to evaluate true, is going to give you true if it finds a variable in a specified sequence. And it's going to give you false otherwise. If it doesn't find it in that sequence, it's going to give you false. What about not n? Not n is going to evaluate to true if it does not find the variable, and it's going to give you false otherwise. Okay, let's see some examples and that will make it clear. Okay, so I'm going to use idle for this example here. Again, we use idle just to test some stuff, all right, but you can use it later in a program. Okay, so let's assume that I'm going to try to check out if I have a variable, let's say a variable a equal to hello, and the sequence I have, let's say that I have word equal to hello world. Okay, so let me try to check over here. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna check here. Is a part of a member of word or not? How can I do that? I can do it by saying a n. Look at the n change to yellow or orangish. That means Python recognized this word. Is a n word? The result is going to be true. Why? Because yes, hello is a member of this long string over here. Okay, what about if I say is world n word? Yes, it is. What if I do something like is world but capital W? Is it n word? The result is going to be false. Why? Because Python is case sensitive. So you're going to be careful if you're looking for something, is it uppercase or lowercase? Okay. What if I use not? Is a not n word? The result is going to be false. Why? Because a is n word, which is true, and the opposite of that is false. So that's why we get the result false. Okay, so here's some example about using the n and not n, which we call them the membership. These are going to be very handy later on in this class. Okay, we're going to use them a lot, especially when we come to the loops, the for loop and the while loop as well. So everything we learn, it's a learning curve. So everything we learn, it's going to be basic in the future classes. Okay, everything we learn today is going to be a basic in the future classes. Here's a big example over here, kind of a program. Okay, you can write it in a program. So I have two variables over here, a equal to 10, b equal to 20, and then I have a sequence, which is a list. As you guys can see from here, it's a list because I have it between square brackets. Okay, and here I'm using if statements and if else statements. Okay, so I'm going to go through the first one. The first one is asking if a in list is 10 in this list, the result is false. So what's going to happen is going to skip this one and is going to go to the second branch. So the program is going to print line 1, a is not available in the given list. Okay, and if you run this code, it's going to give you this is the first output. Okay, let's go continue the program. The second one, it's testing if b not in list. So that being said, is b is 20. Is it in the list? No, false. Not false, that means true. That being said, I'm going to take the branch, which is going to print line 2, B is not available in the given list. Okay, it gets confusing a little bit, but with more practice you will understand the not. Okay, then we're going to continue. You notice over here A is changed from 10 to 2, and here I'm testing if A in list, look at the list over here, yes, it has 2. That means I'm going to take this line or this branch, and I'm going to ignore the second one. So try this example, but pay attention to the not. The not gets confusing, but try to focus on that one. And that's about it about the membership operators.